Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Stretch. I'm Jen. Let's get started. Okay, I've got my stick. Other things you should have that folks here have: a yoga strap, a blanket or pillow for your knees if you need it, yoga blocks if you need it. This is a one stick class today. One stick class. All right, now we're going to start with our shoulder dislocate series. So grasp the bar nice and wide. Check in with your feet. Make sure they're slightly wider than your hips. Don't lock out your knees. Nice soft bend. Tuck that belly button in. Make sure your pelvis is neutral. Anything else? All right, let's breathe. Inhale and exhale as you soften and let that stick fall behind your torso. Okay, I've added a little bit of clarification to this movement because some people have been trying to slide it down their back like this. But I want you to feel as though you're pressing it away from your back and opening up your chest. So a nice big amount of space in front and behind. Okay. All right, work through your breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Good. Now stay with the range of motion that's comfortable for you. Keep your arms as straight as you can, opening up through the chest. If this is all the farther you can go, stop there and bring it back to the front. You do not have to bring it all the way down to your hips if it doesn't feel good. Good. One more, release. Nice big rotation in that joint. Okay, now let's go end to end. Now, as we're able, the goal is to wrap it around our hips, like a halo around our hips. Up, down, up, and down. Working in parallels, keeping your spine as neutral as you can. Good. Change directions. Okay, that was the one Kathy was laughing at. Did you see? Yeah. That was from Ed's Facebook page. That one where it says, please be chicken, please be chicken. That was pretty awful. Okay. All right. If you're good, okay, we'll take it easy. We'll put the stick behind your hips, palms facing me. Okay, we're going to take our first hinge of the morning. All right. Spread those feet wide out on the mat underneath you, or toes wide rather. Okay, soft knees, belly button in. Inhale. Exhale, descend. Melt the belly button through sternum toward the ground. Creak, creak. Pause here. Think nice, long, and soft neck. Contract through your hamstrings and glutes to come back to standing. Go down. Again, we're trying to work through this position in a neutral spine. So you should feel some energy in your rear deltoids, the muscles on the backs of your shoulders. Tiny amount through those middle traps and lats to hold your spine in its neutral position, whether you're straight up or bent over. Okay. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and change our position on the stick so that our palms are back. Okay, we're going to go into a bent over position and we're just going to work through a little bit more with our rear shoulders. Okay, so we're going to hinge and bend over, and then we're going to work on contracting through our shoulders and lift our hover arms. We're not going to bring it all the way over our backs quite yet. Our arms are just going to extend away and draw your wings together, lifting and pulling your shoulders back. And then let them roll back down. Pulling the shoulders back, using those rear delts and those middle traps. Lift and pull. And back down. Really small movement. Lift and pull. The stick goes up just a little bit as the arms extend away. And back down. Okay, hinge and rise. All right, so let's review this in a standing position, okay? So I'm here upright and I'm drawing my shoulders back. All right, so I have little ridges where my shoulders are, and where my shoulder blades go, that's where the valley is. That's what we're trying to work through in that bent over position, activating those muscles to pull our shoulders back, right? Pull from those delts, those rear deltoids, those trapezoids, okay, in that bent over position. Let's try that one more time. We're not sending the stick over our back. Our arms are lengthening, and you may feel some work in your triceps there as your arms lengthen, and they will begin to hover up a little bit more. But I want you to imagine, like, you know, you're shooting forward in this movement as you contract through. Chest goes forward, shoulders go back. Okay. All right, let's get bent over and parallel. Arms are extended, palms up right about your hips. Okay, inhale and exhale, begin to contract. Arms extending away as you pull your shoulders back, and then let them go back down. Exhale, pull, shoulders are back. Squeeze through those middle traps, arms extending away. Feel that energy in your triceps. And lower, and one more. Exhale and pull. Good, and rise. So things you want to watch for in that movement. Don't let your shoulders contract and feel like you're bunching up here. You want to lengthen away and then pull, okay? All right. Okay, now we'll bend all the way over and we'll work through that full range of motion in our shoulders. Okay, so same grip, palms shooting away. We'll hinge deeply and then exhale as you push the bar up and over the back, and send your gaze through your legs and try and soften through the front of your shoulders and your chest. Hang out here for just a moment. Nice and relaxed as you're able. Good. Then slowly bring the stick back around your fanny. Rise back up. Okay. All right, and hinge. And exhale, press up and over. Let the head dangle between your legs. Soften through the front of your shoulders and your chest. Tops of shoulders, nice and easy. Good, and then pull it back around your fanny and rise. Okay, now move the stick to the front of the hips and we'll take our first articulation, okay? So, hands are straight down, grasping the stick right from your shoulders, palms facing in. We're articulating through the spine, so we're standing in our nice neutral to begin, all right? We always want those points of differentiation as we do these things, okay? So yes, I'm in my neutral. My body weight is centered on my feet, okay? I can have my stance level with my hips, a little bit wider than my hips, not super wide, we're not there. Okay, inhale, into the chest. And as I exhale, I'm intentionally drawing my belly button in, and then I let my head get heavy as my chin falls to my chest, and I feel that softening through my neck and my shoulders. So that softening happens in my back, but my belly stays strong. My arms are dripping toward the ground. Try not to grip in your quads. Find that point where you're transitioning your body weight to the balls of your feet as you roll yourself all the way down to the ground, and then let your arms hang heavy. Let your head and shoulders be heavy. Good. Let's hang here for a couple of breaths. Inhale into the nose, into your chest. And exhale out the mouth and low belly. On the next exhale, we're going to begin restacking the vertebrae back up to neutral. So exhale and use that low belly to push the spine back up, one vertebrae at a time, into its neutral. Let gravity help stretch your spine, okay? Let's let our bodies be slinkies. All right, let's take that one more time. All right, you ready? Inhale into the chest through your nose. Feel your rib cage expand. And then exhale out the low belly, belly button to spine, chin gets heavy, chest gets heavy. As you peel forward, arms begin to dangle lifeless, but low belly stays strong, slowing the progress of your dripping toward the ground. Load the front of your feet with your body weight, sinking toward the earth. Pausing here, staying here as you slowly bend the knees, lowering your hips into flexion. Staying here, then straighten your legs, lengthening through the hamstrings again, releasing the tension in your quads. Take that one more time. Bend at the knees, staying down as you're able. Dropping the hips. Releasing that tension, maybe loading your quads just a little bit. And then push your heels through the ground to lift your hips, lengthening the hamstrings. Good, and on the next exhale, let's work our way up, okay? Inhale through the chest. Exhale, begin peeling your spine up away from the ground, using your low belly, deepest layer as you restack slowly. Good, now roll those shoulders back and roll those shoulders forward. Nicely done, okay, good work. All right, now our hamstrings should feel pretty good. Okay, so we're back to the stick behind our hips, soft knees, and let's rotate just a little bit. Now the timing of your exhales here are through the twist through the rib cage. So all that breath is squished out of you as you twist. Now, as you do so, I want you to think, right, low belly. So transverse goes in towards your spine, rib cage zips as you twist. That one makes me happy. Yes. Good. Okay, now we'll take, I just realized I didn't mute you guys. Sorry. They are getting rowdy. Just might mess up my, won't be able to post it on YouTube, but that's okay. All right, now let's take the stick right above your shoulder blades, okay? All right, so this is a nice alternate position for us to do a lot of things. I try not to do it too much because it might not always feel good with our shoulders, but for this one, we need to do this position, okay? So we're gonna start with an extra wide stance. Feet are nice and active into the mat. And we're gonna begin with a nice side bend. So opening up the side, contracting through one side, soft through the other as you lengthen armpit to hip. Now, right now, I'm not excessively shifting my body weight. I'm gonna return back to neutral. Exhale as I open up the other way. Okay, I'm trying to stay as two-dimensional as I can. So I'm not twisting here. I'm just opening up laterally. Exhale as I open. Okay, now here's our nice little combo. Prep yourself with a soft bend in your knees. You're gonna open up and hinge to the side. So opening up laterally and then begin your hinge as you lower that stick all the way to the ground as we're able, and look up to the sky. Once, if you're able to plant it in toward the ground, relax my left arms to the ceiling, and I'm trying to relax through the front of my left front of my left arm. Good. Now to come up, I want you to keep your muscles as dead as you can and use your obliques to return your spine up to neutral. So try not to pull from your back muscles, make your obliques pull you up. Okay, let's go the opposite way. So we're opening up laterally and then hinging at the waist and reaching for the ground. Okay, take a look up at the hand toward the ceiling. Our goal is to be in a nice parallel here. That's what the stick is most useful for, driving these parallel lines. Rising up, inhale, exhale, contract through your obliques and pull your spine back up to neutral. One more time. Okay, ready? Open up and hinge. Now coming back to neutral, your body might just automatically respond that your back muscles do all this work for you. But I want you to really think about where your obliques are located and exhale, contracting through them to pull your spine back up into a neutral position. All right, last time I'm going to the left, opening up and hinging, finding my parallel. Good, you guys all look great this morning. And exhale, obliques are pulling me back to a neutral position. Good, nicely done. Okay, rest those arms, bring them down. All right, stir the pot if you feel like that would make the shoulders release, feel a little bit better. Nicely done. Okay, stir the pot the other way. Okay, so now the next one is going to be so easy, right? So we're going to go into our split stance. Okay, a nice wide split stance, right? And we're going to start with our nice split stance rotation. Okay, so I'm starting here. I was trying to explain this to a client the other day. When we go in split stance, the only time I'm telling you to press your back heel down is specifically when I want you to do a calf stretch. Otherwise, when we're in our working split stance, I want that back heel up. Okay, when our back heel is up, we can be a lot more square, right? Remember, we always want our shoulders and hips, belly button pointed forward. Okay, so we can start off here and get a nice calf stretch, but then we're going to lift that heel. Okay, I've got my front leg is my left right now, and I have a generous bend in the knee. The stick is in my right hand of a high grip. It's right in front of my armpit and parallel to my front foot. Okay, so I don't want it out here to my side. I want it right in front. All right, so we're gonna hinge forward, and that left hand is gonna reach palm open, thumb down toward my stick, and I'm lengthening my arms. I want to be as wide as my wingspan, and bring your armpits into the stick, and you're gonna have a subtle rotation going on here as you stack your shoulders up and down, and your hips gonna just have the tiniest little rotation. So my back foot is my right foot, so that right hip is up just a little higher. Good, okay, then think about where your body weight's distributed. Press that left heel through the ground, reverse your hinge and come back to standing. Okay, you can bring your feet together. This is like one of the fundamentals here for our rotation warm-ups. We should be good, balanced, right? Okay, so I'm standing here with my feet together. I'm just gonna step back into my split stance. Same leg, yes, thank you. All right, so left leg is forward. As I hinge, I'm loading that left hamstring and glute. Not all of my body weight's on that front leg. I do probably have about 75% of my body weight in that front leg. And then I'm stretching my wingspan toward the ceiling, supported by the stick. Then I want you to think about drawing that belly button in, zipping the rib cage and lengthening through your low back. Okay, so I don't want you inadvertently tilting your pelvis back there. Okay, so get long through your low back, Support it by your low belly. Couple rounds of breath here. Okay, then find the heel of that front foot, activate through that hamstring and glute, and press yourself back up. Feet back together, and then we'll switch to the other side. Nicely done. Okay, so now the right leg's forward, split stance, making sure that your stance is parallel to your hips. So we don't want to be wider than our hips and back. Want to be in a nice straight line from when you stand, right? With your feet together, not totally together, but straight down from your hips. Stick in your left hand, and then you'll just step back. Okay, and then we found our good split stance. Heel down for the calf stretch, and then heel up for our work. Okay, so right leg forward, generous bend. Grasping the stick nice and tall. Reaching over with that right hand, grasping it with the palm, thumb pointed down on the inside, and then hinging, loading that right hamstring and glute, extending your wingspan on the stick, which is going straight vertical. Good. Before you rise, you want to make sure that you're actively contracting through that right hamstring and glute. So drive some energy into that left heel or right heel, whichever is the front one. Contract and come back up. As we're able, we don't want to use that stick too much to pull us up. We want that hamstring and glute combo to help us out. Okay, one more time. All right, stepping back into our split stance, nice and comfortable. Back heel is lifted, front knee is bent. Stick is right inside your armpit. So if you extended your arm straight out, palm toward the middle, that's about where your stick should line out, right in front, okay? Grasping it at the highest point. Okay, other hand, right hand is reaching across and through. Begin melting as you hinge. Long wingspan, straight stick. Good. Couple of breaths where you can relax and focus. Long, low back, belly button in, ribs zipped. Inhale, exhale, and then press through the heel to come back to standing. Nicely done. Okay, good balancing work, everybody. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the ground. Okay, so for those of you that want some knee support, just have it ready. Okay, so we're going to go into our half kneel. Yes. Okay. Half kneel. All right, so my right knee is up, my left is down. I've got the stick in my left hand. Again, that placement is right inside my armpit, right about where my front foot is, the right foot, and right inside my armpit. If I extend my arm straight out and I'm pointing forward, palm out, the stick's right there. Okay, reach nice and high. Switch hands, Doug. Okay, and bring it this way a little bit. Right there, right? Douglas, right there. Okay, good. Okay, nice and high. All right, we're gonna do this combo hip flexor and upper body stretch, monkey hang. Okay, so we're sliding forward, opening up that left side all the way. So as we slide forward, we're leaving that left leg behind, and you should feel this stretch. Extend all the way from your grip through your bicep to your armpit, all the way down your rib cage, hip flexor, and if you can, to your knee. Good, okay, come out of that. Now bring your stick right inside your knee. So my left knee is down and I have it right beside my patella on the outside. Okay, now I'm changing the grip on my stick so it's a little bit lower and I'm extending it so the base of the stick is closer, the head is further away, and I'm gonna pull it across my body, keeping my left shoulder down. My right hand's gonna grab the stick, okay? And my right elbow is gonna be into my rib cage. And I'm gonna pull the stick across my body, opening up my shoulder. So I want you to feel like, oh yeah, that's my shoulder blade right there. Don't let your shoulder ride up. Open up and soften. We're stretching through the back of the shoulder here, and you're feeling probably squished in the chest. Okay, but as we rotate the stick out and around, we're going to keep that same grip, and our palm is going to rotate away from us, turning, 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 and then we're going to hinge forward and lower our torso. So our arm is reaching straight up. We've spiraled our palm away from us, and now we're opening up our chest. Good. So this particular stretch, as we come up out of that and rotate back, this series we can do in a split stance, we can do it in a half kneel. There's a lot of different ways that we can execute these three pieces, but I like to do it all together because it's really good with all of the muscles surrounding the shoulder, right? I'm working up and down, I'm working front to back. It's pretty comprehensive. All right, so we're back to our monkey hangs. So nice and high, stick is out further away. That lead foot, whichever it is, it's more in line with that lead foot. Okay, so we're gonna slide forward, opening up the hips. Grip is really high on your stick, so you're opening up your rib cage, your armpit, hip flexors. Leave that leg behind, the one that's sticking out back there. Just try and make it go as dead as you can. Good, James, that looks good. Good, okay, press through that leading heel to bring yourself back to neutral. Then bring your stick right beside your knee, right on the outside of your patella, like just snuggled up there. Okay, and then modify your grip. So now my grip is about at eye level. Okay, extend it away. I'm gonna cross in front of my body. Okay, so it's now on my left side. The top of the stick is gonna move over to the right, but I wanna keep my shoulder down and open up to the side. My right hand grasps the stick. My right elbow is pulling back behind me, kind of like a bow and arrow, right? Good. Okay, now as I transition the stick out in front again, my palm is facing to my midline. And I'm going to start turning my palm out, spiraling away as I begin hinging forward at the hips. Continue to spiral. You end with your arm straight up into the sky. Palm is spiraled away. The more you spiral, the more you get this into your biceps. And you're hinged forward. The headlights on your chest and your shoulders pointing down toward the ground. Ooh, I've spiraled enough. I'm getting this in my forearm. Whew. All right, now press through that heel and rise. Good. Now, before you switch, sorry. Okay, use that stick, extend that front leg, make it go dead. I know you could use another little hamstring stretch because it was so active there. Could use some relaxing. Okay, your yoga blocks or your stick. Okay, because now we've made our right leg dead out in front of us, and we're still on our left knee, and we're going to lower ourselves toward the ground, ideally planting ourselves with our hands framing our leg. Okay, think about those headlights, making sure that they're square. Leg is as dead as you can make it. And exhale into lengthening that hamstring. This is my right hamstring I'm focusing on. My eyes are closed. I'm nice and relaxed. I'm breathing, and I am thinking and exhaling as I pull my sits bones away from my lower leg. I'm trying to keep my foot as dead as I can. Exhale into this stretch. Good. Okay, now drawing that right foot back so my foot is on the ground. My hands are framing my foot now in front in this half kneel bent over. I'm going to go ahead and extend my right arm out. Okay, my right knee is up, extending my right arm. And now I'm spiraling at the waist, reaching for the ceiling, pressing my left hand through the ground. Okay, get some energy into that left hand into the ground and find your lat. So draw down on that shoulder blade just a little bit. Good, you found your nice parallels. Make sure your palm is facing away from you. Good. Okay, now spiral your hands back down. And now we're going to lift that knee, that half kneel knee. So my left knee, I just lifted off of the ground. Now I'm in a deep runner's lunge, and I'm going to take that same movement. Okay, my left heel is off the ground. My left balls of my feet are into the ground. I'm going to extend my right hand one more time and exhale as I spiral again, focusing on the left heel of my hand energetically into the ground, drawing my left shoulder blade down toward my back pockets. Good, and then spiral my hands back down toward the ground. Okay, now you can do one of two things here. If you want to drop down to your knees and exit into the next position, or you can extend your arms behind you. So they're shooting behind, palm up, down by your hips. Now, this is a nice little balancing move, but we want to get out of this with some nice hamstring and glute work. So inhale into the chest and exhale as you press your right heel through the ground, swooping your arms up and through, and you rise back up, nice and balanced. Good. Okay, draw your feet together, and then we'll switch legs. Okay, nice activation, nice work. Now we're back down into our half kneel. Left knee up, right knee down. Okay, so we're starting with our hip flexor stretch and monkey hang series, opening up our shoulders, reaching up nice and high for our stick. Spine should be neutral before we begin, okay? Nice, long half kneel. Exhale as you begin to slide forward, gripping the stick as high as your reach can go, and opening up from your grip all the way down to your knee. Don't lean forward, like bending forward. You want to stay at a nice neutral as you're able. Good, pressing yourself back. Okay, now I'm back in my nice half kneel. I'm going to move that stick right in line with my knee, planted just on the outside. Extend my stick away. My grip is extending about at my eye level. Soft top of shoulder, soft neck, lots of space right here. Now I'm going to cross over, and my left hand is going to help with this stretch. Okay, so I'm crossing over my midline toward my opposite shoulder, grasping it with elbow in with that opposite hand, drawing back with that opposite hand like a bow and arrow. Keep that shoulder down, opening up through the back of your shoulder, through your lat, and through your shoulder blade. Good, now release, send that stick back in front. Okay, now your palm is facing your belly button-ish, right? It's right, pointed toward your midline. As we go into this chest stretch, we're rotating the palm out. So twist, 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 keep twisting, and then hinge. Good. So now your stick is pointing up toward the sky. You've twisted through your arm, getting a nice stretch in your chest. Has it lengthened to your biceps? Has it lengthened to your forearms? Good. Okay, left heel is out in front. I'm going to press through that left heel, coming back up and twisting so my palm is now facing the middle again. Okay, once more from the top, setting the stick parallel to that lead foot right in front of the armpit, reaching up nice and high, and exhale as you go into that hip flexor monkey hang. There's Band-Aids in the bathroom if you need them. Good, now press back up. Reset the stick beside your knee. Okay, extend the stick away and grasp it about at eye level. Okay, so base of the stick is back by the knee, good. Okay, relax through the through the nose, relax through the neck and shoulders, that kind of, okay. And now we're gonna bring it across toward that left shoulder, left hand's gonna grasp and draw it back. Elbow pulling, opening up. And this second time I feel is so beneficial because you get into the target areas just a little bit better. Good, working through that breath as you hold. All right, and then releasing from that left hand. Okay, we're coming back to the middle. So your palm is facing the middle now. And as we rotate, I'm turning my palm away, twisting away from me. Keep twisting as you hinge forward, twist, twist, twist as much as you can. Voila. Open to the chest, stretch to the biceps and forearms as you melt your torso down toward the ground in a hinge. Good, now press through that left heel, come back up to neutral. Good, now using your stick or your yoga blocks, we're gonna extend that left leg, make it go dead. All right, and so we're gonna get a nice little hamstring stretch again because we were just using that muscle so much. We're gonna melt ourselves down, getting your hands on your yoga blocks or all the way to the ground, keeping that left leg as dead as you're able. And then exhale as you feel that lengthening through the hamstrings, either through that mental process of melting further toward the ground or by feeling that your hips are moving away from your lower legs. Both of those are really useful cues to help lengthen through the hamstrings. Just stay quiet in the quad. Good, and then as you're able, you can bring that foot back right under the knee, okay? And our hands are framing that front foot. In our half kneel, we're gonna take a spiral. So extend that left arm, extend it out from your ear, and then spiral at the waist. So left fingers are reaching for the ceiling. My right palm is pressing through the ground, keeping my my right shoulder down. So I'm really activating through my lats. And spiral back down toward the ground. Now the next one is the elevated version. So if you don't want to do this, just keep that back knee on the ground. Otherwise, you're going to press and extend that right knee off of the ground. So you're in a deep runner's lunge. Make sure you're nice and square. Shoulders, hips, knees. Extend that left arm again. Exhale as you spiral, right? Pressing that right arm through the right palm through the ground. Left hand extends to the ceiling. You may feel this a lot in your left glute. Good, find your parallel, spiral back down. Now, For those of you that want to, we're going to take the little bit more challenging way to get out of this. So we're going to lift our palms up and extend away so their arms are down by our hips, palms up. We're finding that energy in our left heel. Exhale as you begin to contract, pressing and drawing your arms through as you reach to the ceiling, nice, strong and stable through that left glute and hamstring. Pause and hold. And then same energy, we're going to bring our feet together. So we're going to rely on that left glute and hamstring as we press through and come to standing. Okay, nice job. Whew. Yay. High five. Okay. I didn't make you bleed. All right. So I just realized I don't have a yoga strap, so I'm going to get one now. Okay, so let's make our way onto our backs. Yes, support your heads here, your necks as needed. Okay, we're going to take our yoga strap and place it around our right foot. And let our leg go down to the ground. Before we begin with this, we just want to reset our expectations and our feelings and our tensions, all of the above, and release them. Relax into your imprint in the mat. Take a nice cleansing breath, inhaling through your nose into your chest. Feel your rib cage expand. Exhale out your mouth. Release that tension you're carrying in your eyebrows, in your forehead. Feel your belly sink towards your spine. On the next exhale, we're going to begin our work. So settle your pelvis into the mat. The strap is wrapped around your right foot. Your elbows are to your rib cage. Begin contracting through your biceps, stabilized by your lats, to draw the dead weight of your right leg up toward the ceiling. Breathe deeply into your low belly. We want to keep our hips as anchored as we can. So feel your low belly sinking as you continue to contract through those biceps, drawing your foot over your hips. Keeping that foot nice and straight. Pausing and holding when you get to a point where you feel like, wow, that's about as far as I can go. And still be in control and not be yelping. And when you get to that point, take 2 rounds of breath. Good, then lower that leg with control, about 2 feet, about 18 to 24 inches, okay? And then we were at a neutral in the joint, okay? And we're gonna internally rotate. So right leg up, now the big toe is pointed toward that right shoulder. Right palm down, straps in your left hand, and begin first by making your right glute go dead. Those glutes always wanna be a helper. Make it go dead. And then begin contracting through the left bicep to draw the right big toe toward that left shoulder. You may feel a little bit of stabilizing help out of that right oblique and lat. Keep letting go with that right glute. He keeps wanting to do work, and don't let him. Just make him be heavy, heavy, heavy. There it is. You should be getting this in your outer hamstring. Good, then lower it with control. We're gonna draw it back up toward the center. Foot is nice and straight again, so we're not internally rotating, we're nice and neutral. I'm gonna take the straps in my right hand, make my leg go dead, and let it fall across my belly button. I wanna feel this in my deep glute muscles, but you gotta let them go in order to stretch. Good, okay, draw back over the hip, let the knee bend, bring the foot down to the ground, and we'll switch sides with a sing-song voice. Okay, all right, find your imprint, get relaxed, let go of all that tension you just built up in the last 5 minutes. Good, straps are in both hands now. Right leg down, left leg's gonna be coming up. It's dead weight for your biceps. Keep the quad as quiet as you can. Low belly's exhaling and sinking towards your spine, stabilizing and anchoring your hips into the ground. Exhale and soften. Good, check in with your eyebrows. Good, okay, relax, let that leg lower 18 to 24 inches. Internally rotate. Turn that left big toe toward that right shoulder. Soften that left glute, anchor those hips. Now, sometimes when I say anchor, like all of a sudden we get all rigid when we anchor, and that's not the response I want you to have. Anchor, I want you to get heavy. Okay, so let that left glute go dead. Make your left leg even more dead than before. Left palm down into the mat because this left oblique is going to come in handy. That right hand, the bicep's going to contract, pulling the left big toe toward that right shoulder. Keep revisiting that left glute. Go dead, go dead, go dead. Use that left oblique. It can help contract, that's fine. Good, okay, lower that leg, reposition it. So once again, it's back into a neutral with the kneecap pointed straight up. Okay, we're gonna bring that leg up just a little bit, not too far. Okay, we're back to our neutral. Left leg in straps in right hand, left palm, left hand, right palm down. And we're gonna cross our body with that left leg, keeping that hips heavy. Trying to stretch out those deep glute muscles, make that leg dead. Now, a lot of people feel this one also in their outer hamstring and not as much in their deep glute muscles. That's fine. Our target is our deep glute muscles. Just keep working on it. It involves being able to release through your glutes and keeping your hips down. So you got to kind of play with it. Okay, now I finally got it. After 30 seconds, I finally found the spot. Okay. All right, now we're ready for this, our cross-legged piriformis. So I'm going to keep my left leg in the strap. I'm going to bend my knee a little bit and cross my right ankle onto my left knee, bending. Okay. I'm going to use my right elbow to open up and exteriorly rotate in the right side, in my right hip. I'm going to relax through my torso as much as I can, melting into my mat. Elbows pushing my right knee away as though it could make my right knee parallel to my right ankle. Contracting through my biceps to draw my left knee in toward my chest and opening up again those deep glute muscles, piriformis. Good, releasing into your stretch. Okay, now we're gonna switch feet. Nice job. So my right foot is now in the strap. Left ankle over that right knee. Allow that right knee to bend. Straps are over the top. Left elbow into left knee or thigh. Nice and solid over there on that left side, lat to oblique. Trying to open up that left hip. Melting into your imprint and contracting through the biceps to pull in as you apply gentle pressure, trying to get that left knee parallel to left ankle and draw the right knee forward, stretching through the left glutes. Excuse me. Good. Slowly release the straps. Send them off to the side. Draw your knees to your chest. Extend your arms out in a T, palms up. And exhale as you slowly float your legs off to the left. If you're readily able to get those knees down toward the ground, take that bottom leg and lengthen it out. So it's now running a straight line with your torso. Your right knee now has a bigger stretch ahead of it. Okay, so you can take that left hand and press down gently. Exhaling as you do so. So feel that nice rotation through your low back as you press. And your right arm is extended out, and you can gaze toward that right arm. Using your exhales for more rotation in your lumbar. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Lengthen. Good. Now slowly release. Roll back to center so your pelvis is flat on the ground. Okay, reset. Draw your knees to your chest. And now we'll let our legs fall to the right, all the way down as we're able. If we're all the way down, then we can extend that bottom leg, make it nice and straight. Good. We can take that right hand now on top of that left leg and press down, releasing, belly button in, rib cage closing. Let that left shoulder blade just get heavy. It's not reaching for the ground, it's just getting heavy. Good. Now right hand releases the left knee. Let's go ahead and roll ourselves back so our hips fall into the mat. Our arms are extended, palms up. Our legs are extended, toes up. Take your last inhale into the nose through your chest, nice and deeply. Exhale out your mouth, out your low belly, sinking towards your spine. Good. All right. Roll yourself onto your side, come to a seated position, or stay there for the rest of the day. That's entirely up to you. Good class. I hope you feel better. A little stretched, a little looser, a little less stressed. Have a great week. We'll see you all next time. Bye.